Rashad, why you didn't
Anyways,
hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother.
Trump lit.
What's up, Rashad?
Yeah.
What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 10K subs. Like I said earlier, man, the rest of the week is me going into the office day. So that means I had to wake up early. That means it probably won't be too many replay clips uploaded before 5 p.m. the following day. A lot of replay clips going to be uploaded tomorrow night. So if you in here in the live, you get all the stuff in real time and things of that sort. And you don't have to wait like a whole day for me to clip it up and post it and stuff while I'm in the office for the rest of the week. But yeah. Without further ado, we're going to get into it, man. This is Kobe's sister. Kobe's sister is not happy about Bleacher Report's top 100 NBA players of all time list. Bleacher Report had Kobe at 11, which I thought was insane to have Kobe outside the top 10. I know I had a comment in my comment section. I'll share that first about talking about Steph Curry. Hold on, we'll pull that up first. They were talking about Steph. They said, let me see where we at. What she said when she said exactly what? Just BS. Oh yeah. That's funny. Someone said Kobe is 10 to 11. To be honest, Curry is way better than Kobe. Hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm old enough to remember Kobe in his prime, and obviously I'm old enough to remember Steph in his prime. Let's pull up the stats, and we have to give the context as well. In addition to the stats. So first things first, Kobe was a way better defender than Steph Curry's ever been, and Steph Curry is. Steph Curry is hidden on defense. The Golden State Warriors hide him on defense. They hide him in the corner. He became a pest a few years in his career where he just like poked the ball out and he got a lot of steals. That doesn't necessarily equate to him being a good defender. Kobe Bryant was a good defender, regardless of what Jeff Teague said. He didn't deserve to be 9-time the all defensive team. He played defense, bro, and he locked down. He took, he took pride in playing defense. All of those things. So that's 50% of basketball. That deserves some type of acknowledgement. He's a 2-time scoring champ, 18-time All-Star, and a member of the Hall of Fame. Here you go. You have 2-time scoring champ, 11-time All-Star, and he was a steals champion and a 4-time NBA champion. Of course, we know Kobe Bryant won 5 NBA championships. Hold on, let me get out of here. All right, cool. Let's look at, should we look at career stats? All right, we'll look at just career stats on the base level, and then we'll go with context and everything like that. Kobe had a career average of 25 points a game, which is ridiculous. If you remember, like those last couple years, like after the Achilles, the fact that he still finished his career with 25 points is insane, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. He finished his career averaging 25 points, nearly 5 assists a game. Nearly 5 assists is crazy because Kobe was known as the ball hog, like the poster child for ball hogs, and 5 rebounds a game. So pretty much 25 and 5 was his entire career for 20 years with the same team with the Lakers. Sensational. I hope Steph Curry spends 20 years with the Golden State Warriors before he calls it a career and things of that sort. Hold on, let me pause this MLB commercial before they copyright me. Hey, right now we're at 16 years, and he's just below 25 points a game, just below 5 rebounds a game, but he is over Kobe with over 6 and nearly 6.5 assists per game. Okay, so now for the perspective. The perspective in this is Kobe played in the time, his prime, where you're scoring 90 to 100 points a game. Both teams are. Steph Curry's playing in a time where teams are averaging, anywhere between 100 and 120 points a game each and every single night. It's just the scoring's inflated, so you have to keep that in mind here. And the fact that they still have the same amount or a similar amount of points per game. Plus, Kobe was hands down a better defender. counts for something. You know, Kobe only had one MVP. I don't know how many MVPs Steph had two, you know, back-to-back MVPs and things of that sort. So Steph has him there with the MVPs, but there was a lot of people in real time that argued Kobe definitely deserved more than one MVP. The years after Shaq, he definitely deserved to be, you know, to receive some MVPs and stuff like that when he was by himself and playing with Smush Parker and Kwame Brown, all due respect, and Vucevic and all of those guys. And Lamar Odom, he turned Lamar Odom into darn near an all-star. You know, he did a lot with a lot less. However, Paul Gasol, of course, like he said, Paul Gasol is the person who got him his last two championships. Excuse me. And he admits that all the time, you know. And then getting Ron Artest, who was a borderline all-star as well before coming over to the Lakers, was a huge help for them too. Andrew Bynum was a beast at that time. He turned into an all-star type of center and everything like that for the Lakers as well. So all of those things mattered in making Kobe Bryant Kobe Bryant. With that being said, this is Kobe's sister's Twitter. She her Twitter is pretty low key, so I don't want her to blow up her spot too much. So please don't be weird after you guys see this video. I don't want to blow up her spot, but she's like posting about it, and I don't know. I just want to like show that she's posting about it. I feel like she might have left it at 1 or 2 posts if she didn't want people to know that she was posting about it. But she is posting about it. So with that being said, I'm going to share her post. I reached out to her a couple times before to come on the channel. She hasn't responded to them. I don't think she wants to do interviews or anything like that. And she likes to remain low key and somewhat private. So like I said, once again, I'm going to show her page. Please be respectful. Don't be weird with her. And yeah, but she is post. So she wants, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a balance here. And I'm waiting a little bit. So, you know, people who are dropping off after watching 7 minutes and stuff like that, or they don't want to skip through, I don't see it. Okay. All right. With that being said, here's Kobe's sister's page. Uh-oh. I done clicked on Karen Brown. All right. So here we go. Here's one thing.
To me, Kobe is the second greatest player of all time, period.
You know, guys out here talking crazy about Bean right now.
None of this weird talk was going on while he was here. I work for ESPN. I work for Fox. Some of these big machines, when you have people talking about the greatness of players, it's not that I don't respect it. I just don't go by it. And I think a lot of former players don't go by it. You got to listen to what your peers are talking about. It's crazy how when you look at ESPN, Kobe's always on the outside of 10. But when you talk to, there's plenty of clips on YouTube when you're talking to some of the guys that went to war before or after or with them, like, yeah, Kobe's 2, Kobe's 3, Kobe's top 5. So again, I'm not saying don't listen to the people outside, because there's some very qualified people, but when it comes to like legacy and greatness in a sport, I would tend to lean towards the players, because you see it day in and day out and know what it takes to lace them up every single day and play through what he played through and do what he did. With the bigger companies and machines and talking heads, there's favorites, there's narratives they stick to, there's dislikes they have. And let's keep it real, like before Kobe died, like he was a hit or miss as far as kind of popularity with some of the shit he had been through and the way people perceived his energy at times. So there was already a lot of kind of but I think after he died, like the real ones spoke up to speak about his greatness. But I feel like there's a lot of other people that will speak to stir shit up. And it's crazy that it's former players, you know what I mean? So I just said what I said because like none of you guys was talking this shit when he was here. And the coulda, woulda, shoulda, and the disrespect with the Powell shoulda won the fight. Like it's just like, come on, y'all. Like, let's really remember. Let's look at the numbers, and we've all been there with him or against him. Like, let's keep it real.
Dan, man, what's happening? Dan said he has some news to share with the local audience. Right now, we reacting to Kobe's sister. She just shared this video, and then she said, exactly, this is wild. Everybody's acting brand new, and she was rolling her eyes. She said, this is the top 2. Carry on, and rolls her eyes, and with the laughing emoji. And it's Jordan and Kobe. Like Matt Barnes said, what Matt Barnes said is true. I feel like people, I don't know what happened. it was like I felt like people made Kobe Bryant a big deal after he passed away, and rightfully so. But I think it was dominating the news so much that it was Kobe, 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 Kobe. Like it was like Devin Booker, the first player to score 24 points in the first half since Kobe Bryant. Like it was like that for so long that people, I guess, almost got tired of Kobe, and then they like tried to kind of rewrite the narrative of, well, Kobe was actually an inefficient ball hog, and he did it. And that stuff was so whack to me. I was like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I thought we were all in agreement. You know, like it's some people that was like, oh, Tim Duncan is way ahead of Kobe Bryant. Like me, I'll always have those guys tied at 5 because I feel like both of them had a similar impact on the game. Both of them were just as great. Obviously, Tim Duncan was the greatest power forward ever, and Kobe Bryant is the number 2 shooting guard of all time. So he wasn't the best shooting guard of all time. However, he's the closest thing to Jordan that we've seen. And you study Jordan, you know, just obsessed with them, everything like that. Like that is what we need to respect and what we need to acknowledge with Kobe Bryant. And Kobe Bryant was that good. Kobe Bryant was that good to where like we're talking about him nonstop on a cycle because he passed away at 40 years old when, you know, like 40 years before anybody else expected him to be off of this earth. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to Kobe, bro. Kobe deserves every single bit of the glaze that he receives. He was him. Kobe was him in their primes, and between '07 and 2010, 2012, where the debate was Kobe or LeBron, and before it became LeBron or KD, I had Kobe each and every single time, bro. I thought Kobe was better than LeBron, bro. Even when LeBron went over to Miami and he had the whole thing, and you know that was kind of like LeBron's athletic prime, and he was just locked in and stuff like that. For first time going to Miami, I still thought Kobe was better. Kobe was better until he tore his Achilles, in my opinion. And that's just what I saw in real time and stuff like that. When I saw him go head to head, when I saw all of it, it was Kobe Bryant, bro. Famous Low said any list that doesn't claim Kobe as top 2 is quote unquote not valid, and she said agreed. And then she retweeted NBA memes seeing someone not put Kobe in their top 5 all time, and she's rolling her eyes. And then this is her son, Kobe's nephew. His name is Jet Washington. He's a 5-star prospect, and he just committed to Oregon. Yeah, let me see if I could get his. Yeah, I'll pull up his thing right here. Yeah, he's a 5-star, bona fide 5-star prospect by 24/7 Sports Composite rankings and things of that sort. He's number 1 in Nevada, number 4 safety in the country, and number 29 prospect in the nation. So congratulations to Jet Washington, and shouts out to Kobe's sister for speaking up for her brother who can't be here to defend his legacy, and well earned glazes that he receives publicly and stuff like that for his game. Okay, all right, cool. So Dan said, back to this. Dan said, according to DLLS, the Mavs are not interested in LeBron James. You think MJ is better than Kobe, or are they pretty much equal? Michael Jordan is definitely better than Kobe Bryant, easily. However, Kobe is the closest thing that we've seen to Michael Jordan in terms of like skill set, the way that they play the game, defense, scoring ability, athletic ability from a guard, like a big guard perspective, 6'8" guard. They're kind of built the same. I think Kobe was the closest thing to Michael Jordan in terms of that, but Jordan was still better. And Kobe will say that, you know, because Jordan has 6, Kobe has 5, and that's the way that Kobe measured it. Like he wanted 6, he wanted 7, he wanted to beat Jordan. Like the reason why he went to 24 was to show that he was one up above Jordan, you know. So Kobe would tell you that. But yeah. DLLS. Hold on, let me pull this up before we move on so I can have it up and show him that love and things of that sort. DLLS. The water's running. If it keeps running, I'll have to get up and stop it. Here it is from Kevin Gray Jr. The Warriors are not the Mavericks. So the Mavericks are not pursuing a trade for LeBron James, one league source told DLL Sports tonight. The source was adamant that there were no trade discussions between the teams, despite persistent speculation to the contrary. Ah, that's interesting. Dan said, "Here's my takes though, Rashad. Why would the Mavs get LeBron coaches and players in Dallas like Phil Handy? When I just seen the video of Kyrie dapping up Phil Handy, he's like, "What's up, Maverick?" And he was like so excited that they is getting them. I don't know, bro, but it's like I don't know because I seen a video as well of LeBron dapping up the Clippers people. Like he dapped up Steve Ballmer and a couple other like I don't know if he dapped up Ty Lue, but that was a video too from yesterday at the summer league. I'll look that up right now, and I was like, oh yeah, LeBron playing the mind games. You know when you do them little mind games or whatever to get some leverage and negotiations and stuff like that. He was doing one of those numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like I think be too controversial, but like I don't know if you guys seen from Mark J. Spears' report. He said, Trae Young skipped out on the Jordan Brand trip overseas to be with his team and with the Hawks in Las Vegas for summer league and to build with them. Trae also went to the Atlanta Dream game a couple weeks ago, as you guys can see on my channel in shorts, and it was a couple other stuff that Trae's just been doing around the city. And he's doing it around the time of like the extension is available. And it's like a 220, 222 extension, 229. And I feel like that might be a little negotiation tactic of showing like I'm really down for the city. Like, does the city have me? Does the organization have me as much as I have the organization in the city? In terms of him helping to recruit over Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Luke Kennard, and being one of the first to welcome Porzingis after last offseason. He was kind of distant from the Atlanta Hawks and the franchise and things of that sort, and it was kind of like pulling teeth to get him to go to the home games for the Atlanta Dream and all those. Like it's been a lot different this offseason than it has been in past off seasons with Trae, in terms of like bracing the city. But he's also been here for a little minute now, so that's also something too. Big Nate was handing. Dan said something is fishy with Bron dapping up Steve Ballmer. And then he said, I was at the bar tonight with my poker friends, and they said that they believe that the Mavs are going to get LeBron. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that last thing said, remember yesterday, said the deal is done for LeBron. It's going to be announced by Friday. Shams hasn't announced it. I think a lot of that person's validity and verification from that text message source and everything will be tested on Friday. A lot of people are going to forget that he said that by Friday. I won't forget, and we'll keep a close eye on it here. But yeah, here's him saying, "What's up to Steve Ballmer, Lawrence Frank, and Ty Lue." Oh, let me mute it. Shout out to Soak City though. Shout out my boy 310 Bobby. Ty Lue makes sense, obviously, for obvious reasons. Okay. The handshake, I have no clue who that was. I guess it was someone he's played with at some point. But he's just saying what's up. But the Lawrence Frank and Steve Ballmer thing is a bit weird. Maybe, LeBron is a billionaire who lives in Los Angeles. Maybe that's potentially the connection there between him and Ballmer. And he wants to be an owner one day once he graduates, once he retires. What would the Clippers give up for LeBron? The Clippers will have to give up. I think Ben Simmons is a free agent, so they can't give him up. They will have to give up. They're not giving up Kawhi, obviously not. I don't think they'll give up James Harden because it's like Harden at this point of his career for LeBron. So it had to be a lot. They only have those two really in terms of like big names. They just signed Brook Lopez. Maybe you package up Cam Christie, John Collins. If Ben Simmons is still on the roster, he's still listed here. I think he's a free agent, though. If he's still on the roster, Ben Simmons, maybe Zubac, maybe a package around that. Zubac, Ben Simmons, John Collins, and then like some draft capital. That's what I think a LeBron trade to the Clippers will look like, because it is a rental. It is LeBron James, but it still is a rental. And yeah. That's what I think a package for LeBron would look like. And then whatever, in terms of the money lining up. Trenton Flowers, shout out to Trenton Flowers, bro. This kid is a 5-star prospect. He had like Georgia State on his list of final schools, and he ended up going to like Australia. He committed to Louisville, and then he went to Australia. I don't know if he played at Louisville, but I didn't know he was in I didn't know he was in what you call. I didn't know he was in the league. So shouts out to Trenton Flowers. Let me look up, see where he ended up going to school. Did he go to school? Sierra Canyon, NBA G League. Did he go to, let me see, Louisville. See if he actually played for Louisville. He left Louisville for Australia. I thought so. I thought that's what he did it. That's what he did. And then what he had Georgia State on this list at some point of like his final schools, and he ended up going to neither one. Yeah, he had a Georgia State offer, bro. Let me see. Top 5 schools. Okay, USA Today. Shouts out to the USA Today, by the way. Top 5, let me see. Top five. No, Georgia State wasn't there. But I thought it was at some point. Hold on. Now, see, now I'm obsessed with finding like this out because I just remember it was a thing. And I'm not going to be gaslighted into not believing it wasn't a thing at some point. Here he is, Louisville. Here's the Georgia State offer right here. And I remember that. Let me see. Offers. But the Georgia State thing had some steam to it. It was like a big deal. It was like, yeah, Georgia State, this and that. I was like, yeah, Trenton Flowers, bro. That man did not go to Georgia State. All right. Let me catch up on this. Ben Simmons, Zubac, Chrissy, and draft picks for LeBron and Bronny. Rashad, do you think that that this Mavs and Cavs trade is going to be as big, or is it just BS talk as usual? I don't know. Like, you got to think, we're in a social media age, and it's like Pablo Torre was talking about this. Like, not Pablo Torre, but the guy with them at Pro Football Talk when they broke the news about the NFL collusion. And they said in an era where sports journalism is awarded most on like who breaks the story and who tells, breaking news first, that's considered like the best sports journalism. In that era, people just say things, bro. Like, or people would get some. I'm not going to say people just say things. Sometimes people just say things, but a lot of times people get info from various sources and kind of source areas, and they say things because they get something from someone from within, connected to organizations or to the league and stuff like that. And since they get that, they might kind of get excited or want to be ahead of the curve. Like if someone is so certain a source from one team or the league or something like that, and they're like, I guarantee you this is gonna happen. And since they feel so confident in it, they'll share that with the world and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh man, yeah, I guarantee you this is gonna happen according to my source. And they want to be able to say that first, that they were first if it happens. So yeah, so that's what I think about the talk with the Mavs and the Cavs. If the Mavs and the Cavs make a trade, it's gonna be Max Prosper to the Cavs for a second round pick and make the Dante Exum trade signing official. Yeah, that's not like you said, that's not as big as they are advertising it's gonna be. And that's funny. All right. I gotta move on to the next thing, man. I gotta go in the office in the morning. This is Hank Johnson, bro. I thought this was hilarious. I watched just the first few seconds of it, and I was like, I can't believe this actually happened. Representatives and like people in Congress and DC and everything are like some of the biggest trolls, dog, on both sides. You like have no idea. Like, I don't know if it's always been like this because I'm just not the biggest political buff, or if it's just like something new, like where I know Jasmine Crowe was saying like they aren't playing fair, so we aren't going to, what I'm saying, We just got to play their game. So I don't know if this is just something new with politicians just acting like this all the time, but this was funny.
Do some more ear candy or perhaps an earache, but I'm going to do my best off of this Jason Isbell tune, Dreamsicle. Epstein died by suicide. Believe that, and you must be blind. You've been telling us you released the file, but where are they? We've gone along with what's been told. We've had plenty of time, you're in control. But now you say you will withhold the Epstein file. Dreamsicle on a summer night in a folding armchair. Trump's howling at the moon. Release the Epstein file soon. Congressman Hank Jackson.
All right, bro. So yeah, so he did that. That's got over 1 million views. Are you the dude that thought Guam was going to tip over, dude? Is this a joke? This is disgusting. I'm glad you fell for the trap. How's Guam going? Please quit your day job and take this road. That's funny. I'm in Kanye West. Well, this guy has a tenor for his voice. But yeah. This is that actually happened, bro, from an actual congressperson. Like I said, like it's trolls on both sides.
Files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. They were made up by the Biden we went through years of that with the Russia hoax.
That's one thing I'm not gonna lie that I am holding on to. The fact that he said that we released the files, we showed the files, or there are no files, and then he said the files were made up by Biden and Obama and the Democrats. Like I'm like, okay, which one is it? That's a confusing thing to me.
The Attorney General briefed you on the DOJ and FBI review, the findings of that review. The Attorney General briefed you on that.
What? On the
DOJ and FBI
on what?
review.
On what subject?
Epstein. Okay. On Epstein, of the review of the files. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
A very quick briefing.
Did she tell you, what did she tell you about the review? And specifically, did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the file?
No. She's given us just a very quick briefing, and in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen. And I would say that, these files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. They were made up by the Biden. We went through years of that with the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it, but she's handled it very well. And it's going to be up to her. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release. Yeah.
On Texas, how many more seats do you want the Republicans to?
Oh, they're just talking right there about Texas. But Dan said, shout out to the people over in Central Texas too. They're going through a lot right now with the floods. No, 100%. Shout out to Central Texas, still dealing with the after effects of the devastating and tragic floods. Definitely the young girls at the church camp that were affected by it, and the counselors over there as well. Shouts out to everybody going through some because folks is going through some stuff, man, right now. So I just want to shouts out to all those people, and y'all continue to be I don't know, just get through it for sure. So Stephen King said the Epstein list is real, so is the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus. And so Ola, like one of the kind of more brilliant minds, I feel like, on the internet, she said, well, I guess we can tell who else was on Epstein Island. Yeah. Dan said 18-year-olds, 8 to 12-year-olds were shot. This is brutal for them, 100%. And their families, like their moms and stuff like that, like you send the kids to Christian camp, soon that'll be like one of the safest places for them. And something like that happens is definitely heartbreaking and heartaching. Speaking of children, new surveillance footage shows the terrifying moment that 7-year-old Jamal White was abducted in Milwaukee. One suspect with a firearm is seen chasing after the father as he ran into the house, while another ran after Jamal and grabbed him. The 25-year-old male suspect is now in police custody. The family says they have no idea why anyone would do this. Jamal is currently in CPS custody as the investigation continues. Thoughts? So they're pretty much just saying, like, yo, you a grown man with your child, and like your child was in danger, and you ran for safety to protect yourself instead of like thinking about your child. Having a child is a large responsibility. Is something. It's moments like these that I don't think people really necessarily think about when they have a child on the way. Of like, you are kind of expected almost in a way by the law to like put your child first ahead of your safety in your life and things of that sort. Like that's kind of what you're expected to do, not only by society's moral standards, but by the law. So here we go.
Video tonight showing the moment someone kidnapped a Milwaukee boy at gunpoint, sparking a statewide Amber Alert over the weekend. He is safe tonight, but friends and family and police spent nearly 24 hours Friday into Saturday searching for 7-year-old Jamal White. 12 News' Hannah Hilliard is live at the Milwaukee County Jail tonight. And Hannah, police have someone in custody.
Right, Blake, a 25-year-old man is right now in custody here in connection to this abduction, but police tell me he did not act alone. A terrifying abduction caught on camera. Someone sprinting with 7-year-old Jamal White in their arms, putting him into a white Jeep.
I'm glad he's okay, but it's kind of like, it's like I still can't rest, because who would do something like this to a 7-year-old?
This new video 12 News obtained Monday shows the Jeep parked on the side of the street Friday night. It starts to move as Jamal is spotted riding his bike on the sidewalk, returning from a nearby park. The boy's aunt says her brother was driving the sedan, following alongside his young son. The camera catching the white Jeep turning around, then later blocking the end of their driveway. 2 people got out of the Jeep simultaneously. One, who appears to be holding a gun, tried following the man into the house. The other chased the little boy down the driveway. Seconds later, the suspect comes back into frame with Jamal in his arms, putting him into the Jeep. Do you have answers as to why in the world this happened yet?
We don't have any answers, and I feel like that is what is bothering the family a lot. I feel like a lot of us are unsettled.
Unsettled as family is seen running out of the home. The boy's father spotted slamming his arms on the trunk of his car. That was about 7 p.m. Friday night. The state not issuing an Amber Alert until 5 hours later, around midnight. Eventually, after a harrowing all-day search on Saturday,
they got him, y'all.
Police recovered the boy in a home near 39th and Lloyd around 6 p.m. Saturday, 7 miles away from home.
We literally cannot thank the community enough, because I genuinely feel like if it wasn't for everybody just caring about this 7-year-old boy, we probably would not have found him.
Just a terrifying 24 hours. Hannah, police have yet to reveal a motive.
Right, Blake, and same goes for the relationship, if any, between these suspects and Jamal's family. That family does tell me that Jamal is right now with Child Protective Services as this investigation continues for police. They are hoping to reunite with him soon.
All right, Hannah Hilliard, live for us in Milwaukee tonight. Thanks, Hannah.
Dang, man. That's some crazy stuff, bro. I'm glad that organizations like the Texas Rangers, Dallas Cowboys, Houston Texans, Houston Astros, Dallas Mavericks, and Dallas Stars are donating money to the cause to those people over there. 100%. And they're like coming out with statements about like the thing. Like it's always important to acknowledge that as community members, like the community has poured so much money into those organizations. When the community needs some help and assistance, I think is, you know, the richest kind of job to like do that, to take the hedge with that. Dan said that's awful. It's like I think it's easy in retrospect, you know, but before I watched the surveillance footage, it's easy in retrospect to be like, you don't need to be a parent if you're not ready to put your life on the line for your child. Like it's easy to say that in retrospect, but like in real time, if someone's chasing you with a gun, like you're probably thinking like, I want my child to see, you know what I'm saying? Something happened to me in real, like the child will be traumatized forever, but the child is probably also traumatized from being kidnapped. So it's like, I think it's a lose-lose situation, to be honest. He acted in the moment. That was his reflex. His reflex wasn't to save his child, but to save himself. It's a slippery slope, man. It's a slippery slope. I think it's easier said than done. They believe all black people know each other and are criminals. What type of BS is this? The daddy ain't nothing. I don't care. So he ran to the house, leaving the child behind. Is that what I'm hearing? Poor little boy. Running in the house without your child is insane. What do you mean the man let a gun make him leave his son to defend him for himself? It sounded like this dude owed somebody some bread because I don't care if something was pulled. If I'm making my son safe, that dude is scary.
And breaking news at 5.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those things where it's weird, bro. It's weird, bro. I feel like parents should watch their kids more, but then again, that's just my own take. I think it's a tricky situation, dog. It is, because it's like you want to say like, bro, you need to put your life on the line for your kid. In the moment, bro, man probably was not thinking at all, dog. Like, what I would have done, like, would I go down a hero? I think you low key have to go down a hero, bro. Like you have to go down a hero, bro. When it come down to it, like, you put your life on the line because first of all, like, the kid is a kid. You got to prioritize the younger people over you because you've lived more life. Like, you're closer to the ending, like, inevitably, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to save the younger one because they have more life. Like, they have more of a future. Like, this kid could be the president of the United States. This kid could be this and that. You know what I'm saying? So now I think about it, I think I'm back to the original point of, like, you grab the kid, you put your life on the line, and you become a hero, bro. I'm glad the boy is safe. Yeah, the boy is safe and the father's safe too. Well, the father's in custody now, so there's that. But geez Louise, man. No, Jamal's in custody because his dad. Dang. Oh no, man. That's a tricky situation. Like, I don't have no kids, but like, I'll be in that situation with like my niece or my nephews, you know what I'm saying? By the way, happy birthday to my little sister. It's her birthday. I'm gonna call her in the morning because it's late. I know she probably sleeps, so I'm gonna call her in the morning before I go to work. And yeah. Next thing. Academics was warned about the TDE, speaking on TDE and Nicki Minaj. So the latest Nicki Minaj kind of beef or whatever. The way that I saw it start was SZA. SZA said, hey, a lot of weird stuff is happening because the Mercury is in retrograde or something like that. And Nicki said, oh, you always speaking on somebody. Like, you need to watch yourself with your fake freckles and your fake face and your fake nose and your fake this and fake that. And so they went back and forth, and SZA was like, I don't care what what your weird self talking about. And they went back and forth. It was a thing. I saw someone from Top Dog said something too. I don't know if it was Punch or Top or who it was, but yeah, he said something. And like, she responded to him and was going in on SZA. So it was a whole thing today. I couldn't keep up with it. Me personally, I think it's kind of a bit draining, like, that Nicki's like always defending her name. Like, I get defending your name, but gosh, Lee, every single day, bro, like, that negative energy, paying attention to that much negative energy, got to bring you down. Regardless, Nicki is forever the queen of rap and hip hop, for sure, 100%. SZA's dope as well. She's an international pop star, and she's transcended, kind of the boundaries kind of placed on her career early on and stuff. And I'm extremely proud of SZA as well. So both of them are successful. Both of them have done their thing. And shout out to Nicki, man. A lot of people discredit Nicki because the way she acts, but Nicki is still Nicki.
Kendrick weirdo fans or whoever the fuck are SZA fans, if y'all like y'all artists, don't ever tweet me none of this shit. I had that chick crying like a motherfucker, crying to Drake, crying to TDE, Top Dog, and 15 Bloods, nigga. Stop playing. Don't even do it. I'm just keeping the beam with you. She couldn't cut that song "Slime You Out" and all that hands on your knees shit if I ain't fucking back off. Drake had to call me. Please don't do that. I don't know what Drake got with her. Drake was fucking the shit out of her or whatever the fuck it was. He was rapping about it. He ain't telling me nothing. He just rapping about it. Don't bring me into it. Because if y'all get me excited, I'm gonna say this ain't at me.
Man, stop it, brother. Gosh, leave, man. I'll continue playing the clip. It's 20 more seconds. But geez, Louise, stop it, brother.
Because if y'all get me excited, this chick will commit it. I'm telling you. Okay?
Oh,
if she cried, that was the lightest I ever went on anybody. And she cried to Drake, couldn't do a song. She cried to all the blood hunters or whatever the fuck they are in California, nigga. Had them call them 35 niggas and whack call me. If I really get on this chick ass, my Kendrick weirdo fans or whoever the fuck are SZA fans.
Head on, bruh. Go head on, bruh. Scissor Snake self can't cry to Drake no more to protect her. Don't let the tweets fool you. She's still on them type of stuffs with the tears in her eyes crying off the lip. All right, brother. Punch said, LOL, y'all might want to chill for real, champ. Let's keep it cool this time around. Or just give me a call, man. LOL. Yeah. TDing with the theatrics. You doing the theatrics for, you know what I'm saying, for content, you know, whatever, man. Dan said, I feel like older rappers I grew up to listening to, like Nicki, Drake, Lil Wayne, and others are starting to decline in the music industry. Yeah. That's life, bro. Like at the beginning, we talked about Kobe Bryant and him post Achilles and stuff like that. The fact that he had those post Achilles years like on his record and he still had a career average of 25 points a game is extremely inspiring and awesome and sensational, something that should be saluted. And I say that just to say, like, everybody has a decline. Like, it's human nature. Like, we all have come ups, we all have peaks, we all have times where we're hot, and then we all got to have a fall off, bro, or a cool off, a calm down, something like that. We all have to have it. It's a part of life. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But yeah. Act right here talking tough. All right, brother. Whatever you say, man. This was a clip I've seen a couple times before, and I wanted to play it for a couple reasons, but I'll play it right now.
How has the weaponization of DEI impacted you, if at all? Do people say, "Oh, he's a DEI hire"?
No, I've just been so successful throughout my life. I don't get that.
All right.
I mean, you could take, for me, it goes back to early. I aim to excel at everything I do. And there's very little evidence of me not excelling at anything that I've tried to do.
Ooh,
from football to Brown to Goldman to TPG to Harvard to Paulson. Like there's no real L's on the on. Not say I won't fail at anything. I have failed at plenty. But
let's go talk to them coaches.
Well,
as soon as he thought
he was. Shout out, Just Hilarious. That was
pretty hard dash.
All right, man, I want to say this, bro. What I want to say, man. Yeah. Shout out to the Mola, man. I reached out to him. No, I was about to say a couple times. I just reached out to him once, and I love to talk to him, bring him on for an interview and stuff like that. If any of y'all know the Mola watching this video, please let him know. I'm trying to talk to him. Come talk, stop by, talk to his boy, things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? Brody's only a few years older than me, and he's doing it big. Like what he's doing, he like single-handedly revived Red Lobster. I remember OJ the Juice Man was like bought the whole menu, and the people were trying to buy the whole menu to keep them open when they were on this lifeline and on this last legs, and he just came in and like pumped life back into it, bro. And I really admire the way he's going about it, the way he's branding himself, the way he carries himself, and just like he's in tune with the culture, but he's also like intelligent and business savvy and stuff like that. I just rock with Brody, and I'm supporting him. I don't eat seafood anymore, so like I can't go personally to Red Lobster and support him. But I just like what he's doing, and I think the attention he's getting is well deserved. This Breakfast Club interview is from 4 months ago, so this was before the last thing that went viral when he's like, "We heard you, and we're bringing out more flavors of the seafood bowls and stuff like that." So, definitely salute to him. If I have to go through the, I guess, official channels to try to reach him, I'll do that as well soon enough, and we'll see if we can get him on the channel. This man Dan said, "I'm glad I don't have Twitter." Yeah, man. I understand. It's a lot. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot, man. All right. All-Star Weekend participants. Today the WNBA announced the All-Star Weekend participants, and there's more on that as well, which we will get to. But just first things first, here are the participants for the Friday night event. All right. 3-point. Oh, this is skills challenge. Tasha Cloud, Skylar Diggins, Alicia Gray, Erica Wheeler, and Courtney Williams. And then here's for the 3-point contest: Sonia Citron, Caitlin Clark, Alicia Gray, Sabrina Ionescu, and Kelsey Plum. huge names in the 3-point contest: Caitlin Clark, Alicia Gray, and Sabrina Ionescu. That's the kind of like the big three right there. I don't know if Kelsey Plum has won before. She might have won before. 3-point contest. I don't know if she won. Has she ever won? Nah, just MVP with the tiny trophy. That was crazy. They gave her that. Did she win this year? No, I think this was the year that Sloot won. But I remember this. I remember this joint. But yeah. Sabrina Ionescu went crazy and set the record one year. Alicia Gray won last year when she won both the skills challenge and the 3-point. So she's doing both again this year. And then Caitlin, obviously at hometown favorite. She gonna have the crowd going crazy. She's struggling from 3 right now. She's going through a huge slump. I would say a bit of a slump, but it's a huge slump. And so it'll be interesting to see if she even participates because she had re-aggravated her groin again tonight. So that's a whole nother thing. I wonder if Paige got voted in for the for 3-point. Apparently not 3-point or skills challenge. I don't know if Paige turned it down because I know she's been trying to get a little more rest, and she is doing the game. She's doing the All-Star game. I got another role play session though. Dan, what? Hey, go ahead, Dan. Let us know, man. Let us know, bro. Let us know. Speaking of Dallas, ironically, I did not plan this for Dan, but
it's today.
A Dallas media member, he came up with this. Who are these people? I want to give them their like credit. But he said, but this media member said he went to a practice and he essentially said that he believes that the Wings don't respect the coach from what he's seen.
I went to practice today. I don't think they trust the coach.
Nico Harrison. Really? Hey, Rob, how you doing, my guy?
I don't think they.
So what gives you the idea that they don't trust the coach?
This is Love Sports with Jazz Monet.
Let me piggyback off of what you just said about the assistant. Practice today, Nola Henry was the head coach.
Oh, word.
It wasn't Coach Chris.
So what was Chris doing?
I actually have a video. I wish I would have sent it to you.
I wish you did too.
Arms folded. He'll call a play, arms folded. Nola is talking to every player, telling you need to be over here. You need to be over here. You need to sacrifice on this. You need to sacrifice on that. I don't care how you feel about this. You need to be in that spot. Chris wasn't doing none of that. I went to practice.
A lot of times that's just kind of the case with basketball, bro. Like in sports in general, where the assistant coaches are just more specific to like giving out demands and things of that sort. In the coaching, it's like the coach is kind of like the CEO, like the head of everything. And it's just kind of watching everything go. He'll give some stuff, or he or she might give some stuff, some pointers, some notes here, some notes there, or say like, hey, we aren't running this. Like, what are we doing? Let's get on it. But the assistants are the ones that's like more kind of hands-on in a lot of cases. So that's the case. I don't usually pay things like this mind. However, this is a guy who boots were on the ground. And he was at the practice, so I want to give him that respect and things of that sort. Rob, he's responding to Nico. He said, "What's up, Nico? I know what you want, but I got some dues for some of your dues for LeBron. We ain't giving them up for free." Let me see. Okay, all right. Next scene. Tonight, in Boston, Connecticut had their annual game in Boston. Obviously, there's the rumor that Connecticut, they're just going to move the Sun from Connecticut to Boston because they're going to have new management. I think they like have something with TD Garden, and people are like, oh yeah, they're moving to Boston. Anyways, they had the game tonight, and Sanaya Rivers got a fan ejected for something that they said to her, but they were a Caitlin Clark fan. So I'll just kind of stand that and pin that and have it here. But Sanaya's talking right here. You see, talking. Look at Olivia Nelson-Ododa. And Sanaya's pointing to the stands. Get him out of here. And here's the employee saying, hey, you got to get out. I'm so sorry you have to leave before we continue the game. And now they're clapping. And here he is right here leaving the game. Everyone's clapping. Get him out of here. No place for that in this game. and they're sitting him out. And Tania's just nodding her head like, yeah. After she downplayed it, she said that it wasn't that big of a deal. She just said that she was glad that he was out of the game, and she was like, it's unfortunate that he spent that much money just to get kicked out. Dan was like, with the Nico Harrison, I'll give you Gafford, Martin, and 2 seconds for LeBron and Bronny. The LeBron and Bronny is so funny to me in these trade talks of Dan's. Just a side note. But yeah. Hold on. Let me pull this up with Caitlin Clark, her groin injury that we were just speaking about earlier. I gotta pause it because I do not own rights to Disney stuff. Someone said she should have never been in the game. They were up. She didn't need to be out there till the end against the Sun. People were saying, what she say? They said he said the game was actually close. Like she scored, or the team scored like some of the last few points of the game to like really extend the lead at the end. Someone said, dang, she sunk the CBA talks this week. What a blow to any leverage they had. Oh yeah, people fully expect there to be some type of lockout or holdout next offseason in the WNBA with the new CBA talks. They said the gap is just too wide. Like, I know Satu, obviously she said that the first offer was a slap in the face, and but we'll just see what happens with that. But they completely expect it to be like some type of lockout. Rob Pelinka hangs up. Oh yeah. For Gafford, Martin, 2 seconds for LeBron, and Bronny's crazy. He said, "Dang it, I wanted LeBron. I could have had him for free." They said viewership and prices are going all the way down. Is CBA leverage dead after this injury? She was in tears and visibly frustrated. I fear she re-aggravated her right groin by her reaction. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. Someone said this is what happens when you try to stat pad and not give yourself an adequate amount of time to rest. What was her final stat line for today? Let me see. It says she tried to stat pad. She had 14, 8, and 7. So I guess she was close to a triple-double. And then Dan said with Jason Kidd, don't worry, Nico, I got you. I know what you got to do. Uh-oh. Let's see what Jason Kidd say. Stop the cap. She wouldn't be playing if she was hurting. This is scary. This level of insensitivity in the comment section is crazy. I hope it's not that serious. Yeah, the people they were they were like celebrating it. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna celebrate that, John. Like, that's crazy, bro. We ain't rooting for no injuries. Caitlin's brother said, make no mistakes, this is on the reffing. He deleted the tweet. But yeah, that's what he said. He believes it's on the refs. I think it's a slippery slope blaming the refs with Caitlin, because while Caitlin gets played very tough and she hits the deck a lot and she, all of those things, Caitlin also kind of like exaggerates a lot of times and hits the deck herself for selling a call, attempting to sell a call. So it's like, it's a double-edged sword there, But, brother always got a ride. You know what I'm saying? We started the stream talking about Kobe's sister. Caitlin's brother, same thing. All right. I wanted to end this live by shouting out Ty Floyd. Her making history, it made news and headlines and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure I at least acknowledged it and stuff like that. Give her some of that love, man. Dan said, Nico Harrison, I'm going to trade flag for LeBron straight up. I don't give a dang what the fans want. Oh, my gosh. He said Nico going to blow it up again. But yeah, shouts out to Awful Announcing for writing this story about Ty Floyd. Ty Floyd named Alabama A&M announcer, first full-time HBCU female voice. HBCU football female voice. Black women remain underrepresented in this arena and I'm proud to be able to change what I want to see. Sean Keeley of Awful Announcing wrote this. Saturday, Alabama A&M announced Ty Floyd as its new play-by-play announcer for the 2025 football season. I'm trying to pause this. Thank you. According to the university, the move makes Floyd the first woman to hold a full-time announcer role, not just for a school, but for any HBCU football team. History on the Hill, join us in congratulating Ty Floyd as she continues to break barriers, represent Bulldog Nation with excellence. Ty Floyd, named play-by-play voice of Bulldog football, and the host of the Coaches Show. With this appointment, Floyd becomes the first woman to hold this role at Alabama A&M and the first woman to serve as a full-time voice for an HBCU football team. Floyd, a Florida A&M FAMU alum and the daughter of former Florida State and NFL fullback William Floyd. I did not know that. Also works as a digital media specialist for Alabama A&M Athletics. According to her bio, she has worked as a sideline reporter and play-by-play commentator for more than 60 games on ESPN Plus and ESPNU, including several FBS bowl games and the Celebration Bowl. She was a play-by-play announcer for the inaugural Women's HBCU All-Star Game in April. Floyd was also an in-game host for the Florida Classic and served as a sideline reporter for the Black College Football Hall of Fame. I also want to say shout out to my boy Jared Oliver, who will be serving as a sideline reporter this year on ESPN networks for SWAC football games. So salute to Jared Oliver, friend of the channel. He's been on here before. He was just on here talking about the Porzingis trade. That's the last time he was on here with a bunch of other my guys and stuff. Honored to push the needle forward for women in sports while representing the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. Floyd wrote in a post on X, Black women remain underrepresented in this arena, and I'm proud to be the change that I want to see. Floyd also shared a special message to her mentor, ESPN commentator Tiffany Green. Would love to do an all-female broadcast with you one day. Exclamation point. She said, for now, I'm just excited to see you on press level. Salute to Ty Floyd. Shout out to Tiffany Green. Shouts out to ESPN. Well, I know SWAC fans don't like ESPN. I'm not going to lie. I ain't going to lie. But shout out to the SWAC, man. Shout out SWAC football. Everything like that, bro, for sure. He said, "Oh yeah, when you said I'm gonna have to trade flag for LeBron straight up, I don't give a dang what the fans think." He said Jason Kidd rolled his eyes and put a straight face once again. Dan also said, "Pretty sure we're gonna have that." That's literally Jason Kidd's reaction when they traded Luka, like in the thing. Well, I know that's the reason why he did that in the role play, but that was literally his reaction with Jason Kidd with the Luka trade. And I think there's a reason why he wanted to coach the Knicks, but it is what it is. He said, pretty soon we're going to have women head coaches in the NBA. Yeah, for sure. I feel like we've been knocking on that door for a little minute now with Becky Hammon and now Lindsey Harden. Someone's definitely going to break through. I think it's time. I think they're ready to coach an NBA team. I don't know. You see some NBA coaches, bro, like they just are merchants, talent merchants, to be honest. So, like, women know the game, bro. As you see here with Ty Floyd becoming the play-by-play announcer, you know, women know football like real well, like more well than a lot of men. And I don't know, it's just a thing, bro. So definitely salute to women in sports because they know their stuff. A lot of times women in sports know their stuff and they know it more than like men. Like shout out to Simone with the sports who like knows football like the back of her hand in the NFL in particular. She follows like her niche because she is a Philadelphia Eagles fan on YouTube. It's like the Philadelphia Eagles. And, you know, she was doing an interview with AJ Terrell over in Atlanta at the softball classic and stuff like that in Atlanta over the weekend. And for the All-Star break, MLB All-Star break. And like she knew all the players and stuff because like she just follows it so heavy. And I say this to say this, women follow sports and they know sports, women in sports, they know it so well because of people like discouraging them and you know, discrediting them. So like they go over the top to like learn about that stuff. I mean to over the top to show people like they know their stuff and be on point and like not the fact that, you know, it wasn't the reason why they did it. So speaking of what Dan said, did I hear about FS1 canceling Joy Taylor shows and I Choose shows? Yeah, I heard about it, man. The thing I think about is just like, hey, it is what it is, tough blow, but that's how it go. You know what I'm saying? You know, your brand is tied and affiliated with certain public, you know what I'm saying, scandals and things of that sort. People are going to do PR, whatever they have to do to try to save their network, save their product, save their brand. So yeah, business is business. Best of luck to Joy Taylor and everything like that. I know she's doing her own independent podcast and stuff like that. Also, if the allegations were true about you being an enabler to toxic behavior to other women within the space, I do think that is extremely problematic and it shouldn't It shouldn't be sliding. I seen the thing with Shaq calling out RG3 and saying don't talk about injuries like that and apologize to Angel and let it go. And you're obsessed with Angel and, woo woo and things of that sort. I just want to say, first of all, shouts out to Shaq. He does a lot of good. I shout it out all the time. His community work, and he's nice every time, I approach him, and he has time for everybody. I never see him in a rush with fans or the media. He's always has time, takes his time with everybody, gives everybody full attention, eye contact, all of the things. However, in this particular instance, I thought he still was inappropriate to his comments to Angel of like, you should play in booty shorts, especially with having his daughter play Division I basketball herself. I thought those comments were, you know what I'm saying? They were kind of just out of pocket, just like came across as very lustful and horny. You know what I'm saying? Like it's out of pocket. And, especially the fact that Angel looks at Shaq as a uncle, a big brother figure, and he's like playing your panties. I just thought it was crazy. So I do still think like Shaq probably needs to address that too before he just continues with like, nah, y'all leave Angel Reese alone. That's a little sis. I just want her to play in her panties. I said something inappropriate the other day about Joy Taylor, and I apologize for that. But man, is her football knowledge not good? I don't watch enough Joy Taylor to tell you, to be honest, to keep it 100%. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, she gives good takes or she gives bad takes. I just don't watch enough Joy Taylor. Like, I wasn't watching FS1 to begin with. But yeah. And this is the same story, but by HBCU Sports. I wanted to make sure I gave HBCU Sports and Black media that love as well, because this is their story at the end of the day. Alabama A&M has named the first woman in school history to be the football's team play-by-play announcer. Ty Floyd will call the Bulldogs games during the 2025 season, making her the first woman to be in the full-time role for the HBCU football team. Floyd, a Florida A&M alum, is a longtime broadcast journalist who recently served as a digital media specialist for Alabama A&M athletics. And there's the tweet. She had an extensive experience covering high school, collegiate, and professional sports, according to her biography on the Alabama A&M athletics website. Her work has been featured in NBC Sports Philadelphia, HBCU Legends on Sports Illustrated, and ESPN's Inscape. She has also served as a sideline reporter and play-by-play commentator for ESPN Plus and ESPNU, including the FBS Bowl games and Celebration Bowl. I'm honored to push the needle forward in women in sports while representing the Alabama A&M Dogs. Bulldogs, Floyd wrote in a post on X, Black women remain underrepresented in this arena, and I'm proud to be the change that I want to see. Yeah, once again, shouts out to Ty Floyd. Shouts out to the swag, man. It should be a good season, man. I think a Southern player just got drafted in the MLB draft, and some other HBCU players got drafted as well. So shouts out to all of them getting it done. Oh, the Tennessee State coach. They're saying that Buddy might get hired. Nolan, the former guy from Duke. I had some like hateful stuff towards him, Nolan Smith. Like when he was a player at Duke, I was like, I hate Duke. Those guys are all like, I don't like them. They give like good boy vibes and things of that. So you know what I'm saying? I was hating on him, and I called out Nolan Smith specifically. And Nolan, I apologize, brother, especially if you're about to take this Tennessee State coaching job, because that means that you really locked in and you love the culture and you love the people, man. So I wish you the best if you get the job at Tennessee State. Once again, shouts out to Eddie George for the job he did at Tennessee State. Now he's up at Bowling Green. Best of luck to him at Bowling Green. And best of luck to the other guys in the MEAC. When you think about Michael Vick and Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Jackson, up there coaching at Delaware and Norfolk State. It should be a very fun season in the SWAC and the MEAC and HBCU football in general and HBCU athletics, man. HBCUs are going up. HBCUs have been lit. They will continue to be lit. And shouts out to my guy, Reg, man. Reggie Flood. The last time he commented was talking about the 27-year-old basketball player, college basketball player. And he has I shout out his channel before and stuff. Let me shout that out before we get out of here once again, so you guys can follow him for all the HBCU content throughout the season, throughout the fall. He's gonna have your stuff covered. I'm so tongue tied. We're at the end of the stream. Hold on. All right, let me scroll down. Yeah. Big Time Sports. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Big Time Sports 2309. That's my boy Reggie. He's been doing it for a long time on Facebook Live. His own show. I've called in when way back when I was working in Mississippi and covering the SWAC and stuff like that. So y'all make sure y'all show some love to him. Go ahead, support because I think he's transitioning over to YouTube this season. He's gonna have some stuff out there, but long time HBCU guy, SWAC guy is gonna have you covered, especially when it comes to Southern and the Jaguars and stuff like that. So shouts out. Let me see. I didn't mean to say that Joy Taylor should do OF. I know that isn't right, but men look at her like she's very pretty. I mean, hey, it's some things I just got to be like, it's none of my business. That's none of my business. Whatever Joy Taylor decides to do or whatever in this life after FS1, that's on her. That's on her, man. That's on her. But hey, as always, Dan, I appreciate you, brother, for the participation in chat right now. W stream. Shorter stream, an hour after 2-3 nights of 2-hour streams and things of that sort. But that's what we wanted because I got to wake up earlier. I'm sure that Joy Taylor will find a job somewhere, but she's dealing with the court case. 100%. It's all up in the air. Like I said, I don't know what's about to happen. Stuff like that. If the allegations are true and stuff like that, I hope the victim's doing well and she can recover as well mentally from this entire situation and getting the press from it. It takes a lot of courage to put out allegations like that against public figures because a lot of people are going to take the public figure side just off top just because they're fans of them. So prayers up to the victim, alleged victim, and prayers up to Joy for bouncing back from this. She's probably facing a lot of scrutiny and ridicule publicly, especially as a woman. And now you're kind of giving them actual fuel to hate women more. So yeah, shouts out. Dan said, glad I was here to chat, Rashad. Man, Dan, I appreciate you, bro. You really held it down tonight in the chat, dog. Anything else I want to say? My name is Rashad Milligan, man. This is the road to 10K subs. If you are new to the channel, please have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, a good night, a good day whenever you are watching this. And if nobody else told you, I care for you. I will be back live on my channel tomorrow night or tomorrow at some point. I don't know what time, but I will be beforehand before I go to sleep because I'm live each and every single night. Until next time, you all please take care of your
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up? What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.